I want to tell you about a Bal Vikas student that came through our doors. I think Priya told you that I was a Bal Vikas student, then went on to be a teacher, a Bal Vikas guru. And when I say they were the most transformative, most amazing, it was the most amazing period of my life. So I want to tell you a story because one of the components of Bal Vikas is storytelling. A child walked into our center. He wasn't anyone special. Actually, he was quite hard work, didn't pay attention. He didn't come from an ordinary sort of Sai background, quite raw, quite fresh. The parents were not regular devotees. The student didn't know about Swami, didn't sing bhajans, definitely could not sit through Jyoti meditation. In fact, he got in trouble quite a bit for talking and being mischievous during Jyoti meditation. But this child simply walked through the doors of a Sai center. And what happened next changed the entire course of their life. Not immediately, not dramatically, not in a way that anyone could see on the outside. Not only did the Satya Sai Center open its doors, the Bal Vikas gurus had opened their hearts. That was the moment when our beloved Swami walked into that child's life. Bal Vikas does not mean children's class, and I urge all the Bal Vikas gurus in the hall today to make sure they tell their children that it's Bal Vikas, not Bal Vikas. Bal Vikas is the blossoming of a child, of human excellence. Not the filling of a head, not the training of the memory, not the polishing of performance, but the blossoming of the heart. Swami gave us Bal Vikas because he knew that if you touch the heart of a child, you do not merely educate that child, you sanctify their future. And that is what Bal Vikas gives. Not just knowledge, not just culture, not just stories about Rama, Krishna, Allah, Jesus, Buddha. It gives a child something far more precious. It gives them an inner compass and a map. It gives them a beautiful relationship with God. With that compass and that map, in the form of silent sitting, bhajan singing, storytelling, it is with those tools of Bal Vikas is how you can find God. I often think that Bal Vikas is like a kavach. It's an armor, it's a protection, a divine shield placed around the soul of a child. Parents may not see it. Even teachers may not see it. Even the child may not understand at the time why they are there on a Sunday or Saturday morning. But years later, when life becomes difficult, that shield begins to shine. It is not moral instruction. It is not bhajan singing, storytelling, or doing dramas. It's a spiritual armor. It's a sacred protection. It is Swami placing his hand on a child long before that child knows what will happen. Back to the student. So this Bal Vikas student was not shining academically at all. The school reports were never glowing. They were not always the obvious success story. But the Bal Vikas gurus did something quite extraordinary. They did not measure the child by marks. They did not reduce the child to school reports. They did not give up because the child was not perfect. They persevered. They loved the child. They saw something in the child before the child could see it, him or herself. They taught the child. that success is not only what you achieve in the world, success is whether you can keep Swami in your heart while walking through this world. The gurus taught the child to sit properly, to pray, to listen, to offer flowers to God, to sing with devotion and to do namaskar. But more importantly than all of the above, they taught the child to love Swami. They told the child that Swami is your best friend. Bal Vikas rewires a child. We sometimes underestimate what happens in a Bal Vikas class. We think the children are just learning stories. They are not. We think they are just learning about human values. They are not. We think they are just learning about gods and festivals. They are not. Something far deeper is happening. A child's inner world is being shaped. Their emotional instincts are being refined. Their moral reflexes are being strengthened. Their spiritual memory is being awakened. Their destiny is being rewritten. That is the quiet engineering of the soul. The world speaks of nuclear energy as powerful, but I tell you, love awakened in the heart of one child is more powerful, because nuclear energy can destroy cities, but divine love can transform generations. The years passed. Group 1 became Group 2, Group 2 became Group 3, then came what we used to call pre-Sevadal, which is Group 4 now. The child grew, the lessons deepened, the stories became more meaningful, the bhajans became more personal, the prayers became less mechanical, Swami became less of a picture on the wall and more of a best friend residing in the heart. Bal Vikas helped the child through life, not making exams any easier, but because it gives resilience. Bal Vikas helped the student through university, not because life was simple, but because they carried Swami's name inside. Bal Vikas helped when life felt uncertain, when faced pressures, when they did mistakes, when they chose between what was easy and what was right. Bal Vikas did not remove difficulties. It gave strength to walk through difficulty with Swami beside them. That is the miracle of Bal Vikas. And then one day, that child, lo and behold, meets our Swami. And when they saw Swami, it did not feel like a meeting with a stranger. It felt like recognizing someone they had known forever, like long-lost friends meeting after many lifetimes, because Bal Vikas had already introduced them to Swami. The gurus had already prepared the heart, the stories had built the bridge, the bhajan singing had already opened the door. So when the child first met Swami, the soul already knew this was him. To every Bal Vikas guru in this hall, I say with folded hands, do not underestimate who is sitting in front of you. The child who comes through your doors may look distracted, they may look ordinary, they may not be able to sing, they may not be able to answer all the questions, they may not seem interested in coming every week. They will test your patience. They will make you question, why am I here? Why am I teaching this child? But you do not know what Swami has planned for that child. That child may one day become a doctor who may go on to cure diseases and do amazing things in science. That child, who knows, may become a leader of a nation. That child may become a mother or a father who raises a home filled with values. That child may become the one person who brings Swami into a family for generations to come. That child may one day lead this organization. So teach every child as if they are the most precious and the most sacred. And now I must tell you something. That student, that poor lost student I have been speaking about, the child who walked into a Sai center without knowing Swami, without knowing anything, the child whose parents did not even know about Bal Vikas or our Bhagavan, is none other than me. So today I say from the bottom of my heart, when I speak about Bal Vikas, I do not speak from theory. I speak from gratitude. I speak as someone whose life was changed by it. I speak as someone who knows that Bal Vikas is not a class. It is a lifeline. It is not an activity. It is a sacred responsibility. It is not something we offer to children once a week. It is something that may protect them for the rest of their lives. Dear parents, please do not underestimate what your child receives here. Even when they seem distracted, something is entering. Even when they seem bored and don't want to go, something is being planted. Even when they cannot explain it, Swami is working within them. One day, when life tests them, that seed will rise. One day, when they are far from home, one bhajan will return. One day, when they are about to make the wrong choice in life, one teaching will stop them. One day, when they feel alone, they will close their eyes and know Swami is standing before them. That is our Bal Vikas. To the Gurus, teach with fire, teach with tenderness, teach with patience, teach with love. You may never know the full impact of what you are doing. You may never see the fruit of every seed of the plant, but Swami sees, Swami knows, and Swami takes the love you give and turns it into a destiny for that child. And to Swami, I say this: thank you for Bal Vikas. Thank you to all the Gurus who came into my life, who opened the door. Thank you for taking one ordinary child and placing your name in their heart. Thank you for walking with him from childhood to adulthood. And thank you for being my best friend. Jai Sarah.